In a previous video, I've showed you two separate videos, this Do Small Things with Great Love and a Bloom When You Are Planted mini album using a 5x7 tutorial I already have on my channel and using the Poppy and Pear paper I had in my stash. I wanted to smash everything in my stash, so I'm going to show you what I did with the rest of the paper. Let me move these out of the way and show you what I made. The first thing I made was a mini album. Now, I didn't use any cardstock, and I don't have a tutorial. I just did it while I was watching TV. This measures 4.5 by 6.5. It's got an 1.5 inch spine. I just used scrap chipboard, a scrap piece of spine. You can tell I just sort of pieced things on the front just to make something a little different than normal. The pages, I have 3 pages, and I just added them onto paper that I made as its own hinge. So I've got, here's the inside front cover, so room to journal. Here's the front page, and there is, I went through my stash and took out any extra ephemera that I thought would match with the collection. I already had this kind of ephemera that did match, was from Poppy and Pear. This was one of the items that I had. I just glued it on the bottom and sides and made it a nice little tuck spot. And I made a little pocket here with this little scrap of paper that you could use to journal on. In the ephemera was this cute little envelope, so I added all the pretty things and this little heart-shaped note, and that goes in that pocket very nicely. This next page just had a long pocket, and I added a tag and a cut apart to that. Here I added, this was from the ephemera, and it's books with somebody writing. I took one of these papers and added it into the pocket because that made a perfect cut spot. Just a little scrap of paper, and it says "You totally can," so that goes in there as well. This page I made a little bit bigger, so I had some puffy stickers I added here. This was one of the pieces of ephemera, and that was probably from a totally different collection, but I just made that into a cute little opening and glued this down as a tuck spot or a little pocket, and there is that set of pages. I glued this down as a tuck spot, and these pieces of ephemera I just added into there. This says "Bring Your Own Sunshine." I glued it at the top, so that made a good tuck spot as well. And then here, so this was already, I had glued that down and then decided to add this truck on top of it and this little cutie cat as an item to tuck in there. These are some puffy stickers. I just added them onto there, and here is a great spot to do some journal, and that was a puffy sticker cat with a little heart at the top. And there is the back cover. See, as I said, it's very simple. So that is almost the last thing. I made a couple of these cinch-bound albums. I just used that was a piece of ephemera I had in my stash. I did add some pockets, but this enabled me to use the last of the paper and stickers and really whatever I had. Some of these pockets are open at the top, some are not, some are tuck spots. I added stickers to some. It's a little tuck spot there. Added a little journal card. This was a chipboard element that was also in my stash. I added a pair there and a couple of items I tucked into there. And just whatever else I had, I went through my stash of little elements and added them wherever I could find room. What's this one? Nothing much. And there is the back cover. So that is it. I used almost all of the paper. I have one piece left. I think I'm going to try to find a one sheet wonder thing I can do with it. It is single-sided, so I'll see what I can make. But otherwise, this paper pad is smashed, and I made a total of 3 mini albums and probably about 8 of these little cinch books. I've given most of them away. I like to stock up on them this time of year so I have them going into the holiday season. So that's what I wanted to show you today. Thanks so much for watching, and have a fabulous day.